set up your mic and speakers so that without any distraction we can enjoy this session. Okay. So as you're all aware of, yesterday I had taken you through the entire features of the front end, like with the web and the mobile app we saw. We saw different features, how to onboard, how to invest, how to see the reporting, all those different kind of functionalities, how it can be done, what all the new features added in the front end. So everything we had gone through. So today, majorly we will be looking, I'll be taking you through the admin panel features. So as for operational purpose, you get an admin panel as well, right? As a backend panel as well. So what all the features or what all the functionalities available in that and how that is going to be very much useful for you. So I'll be taking you through the entire functionality. Okay. So before that, yesterday we had some 2-3 features that was pending, which was not shown to you. Let me cover that first before going to the admin panel. Okay. So yesterday I was telling you like there is an option for advisors. As advisors, you can create thematic baskets. So you can create different types of baskets which will be shown to the client in the investment page, right? How to do that? I'll just show you now. So if you want to create as an advisor, if you want to create different baskets and suggest your clients, as soon as you log in as an advisor, under advisor admin login page, you can see here there is an option to create thematic basket here. So here, if you just click on create thematic basket, so you'll get these options available here. So you can give your own name to that basket. Take for example, you want to create some tax saver fund basket. So you can give the name accordingly. So any name as you wish. And allocation, like you want to make the basket amount wise or allocation based on percentage wise, you can give that. And what type of risk category of people you are creating this basket for, you can select that here. Take for example, I'm creating it for a balanced kind of a client. And there is here, if you see, there is all the benchmark indexes are available here. So if you want to compare this basket with any of the particular benchmark index, like indices, you can select that as well. Take for example, you compare this with Nifty 50, Nifty 60, any particular indices that is similar to whatever the basket that you're creating, and with the basket can perform better than that. Like that, you can give the comparison as well. Then what you can do, you can add the schemes here. Okay. So accordingly, whatever schemes you want to add, you can add the schemes. Okay, I just selected as a tax saver, or you can get different tax saver baskets here. Whichever you want to select, you can select. And I have given allocation with percentage wise here. Based on percentage, I want to create my basket. So I can give 50% here, 50% here. Then what you have to do, you just have to save the basket. So once you save the basket, so all the baskets, whatever you created, everything will be saved here. So already we have created different baskets by default and we have put here. So you can see those baskets also available here. And if you create a new basket, everything will be added here. So where this will be available for the clients, as soon as the client logins and he clicks on start investing. Yesterday I also mentioned on this. So once he goes to this popular basket, here he will see all those baskets. These are the first 4, and if he clicks on see all, you can see all the baskets here. So if you want to suggest any of your clients, just you can mention the basket name. See, there is a basket name called child education. You can directly tell him go select that and invest. He can directly go to child education basket. He can give invest now, and he can do the investment there. So this is kind of like for you to do the advisory or like to create your own baskets. The client himself is choosing that. So for all this purpose, you can use it, and where you can even delete the basket anytime, or if you want to update it, or if you want to do some modifications, even that is possible here. And for each client, they get a new fund offer page as well. See, when they go to NFO, and if there is any new NFOs launched, and the client wants to invest in that, they can directly do it from this NFO here, NFO page here. So all the new NFOs, whatever is listed, it automatically comes here. From here, they can directly go for a buy there. Okay. And for your help and for client's help, we have added additional tab called help tab also here. If you see, there is a tab called help here. See, when as an advisor, you from your ID, if you try to click on help, there are different other options also available. First thing is BSc CRS. See, many times, sometimes what happens, right? Some errors might come from BSc as well, like, and your RM might suggest you please raise this query with BSc in CRS. Many times we don't know where to raise that, right? Or if you want additional API, where you have to upload the API form in BSc CRS portal. How to log into BSc CRS portal? How you can escalate any complaints to BSc? All the details are available here to help you out with. So how you to escalate, how to use the CRS support portal of BSc, the detailed explanation with screenshots is given here. So, and next is this DMAT opening process. So in case if you want to open a DMAT account and you don't have need help in that part, there is a clear description. With clear description, we have given you the process of opening the DMAT account. Okay. And there is one more general help tab, which is available not only in advisor login, in all the client login as well. So general help tab will have different options. First thing is physical KYC help. We do have video KYC, online KYC is available in our portal itself, but in case for non-individuals or for some NRI clients, all for these types of clients, you have to do physical KYC or you prefer to do physical KYC. At that time, you can use this form here. So here you have that you can download the KYC individual form, KYC change individual form, KYC non-individual form. All these physical forms are available here. You can download it here. And if you want to update email ID in any MF folio that you already have, how to update email IDs in CAN folio. Sometimes what happens, you request for portfolio, but while in the investment time, you would have done the investment with different email ID. So that for particular investment won't come to you. So you want to update your email ID for that. So you can do that update here. Click here, it will take you to the correct, that particular page of CAMS where you can update your, give the request to update your email ID. You can update the email ID there. So all these options are available under the help tab. So update your KYC status in any of the MF folios. Update your nomination is not given. Now you want to update the nomination for that particular folios that you have. For all this, the links and guidance is available here. So you can use this. This help, general help is available for client login as well. Okay. So hope you are clear on that part. Okay. So now we are completing this web features. So we will be going to admin panel. Before that, I'll show you in mobile app. Yesterday we were discussing about the calculators were not visible for the advisors. So now the 3.7 update is released. So any of you who have not updated the FundExpert app, you can update it. So once you update it, you will see all the calculators available there. So just I will show you now how it is. Let me connect my mobile. Yeah. Hope you are able to see my screen, right? Okay. So let me open the FundExpert app. I have updated the app. In case you have not updated, you can always update it as well. See, for update, I think you are all aware of, right? If you want to update your app, it's like as soon as you log in your app, just click on the center button here and go to settings. So in settings, see right now I've already updated, so it is showing no update available. In case any new update is released from here itself, you can install the update. So the app will get updated. Okay, so here you'll get that notification as well. So from here you can update the mobile app. So now regarding the calculators, if you click on the center button, you can see the calculator button is available here. Okay. So when I click on calculators, we have added all different types of calculators available here, which is very much useful for you. So in case if you want to calculate SIP, you can do the calculations here itself. Accordingly, you can give the inputs and you get the calculations here. Okay. If you want to add lump sum calculator, it's available here. Or if you're going for a SIP delay cost calculator, you can go here. So how much delay you do, how much loss you incur, everything, growth rate, duration, everything, you will get the details available here. Okay. So the calculator part is also available now. For this, what you have to do is first update the app. The update is released in the morning itself. So any one of you have not updated, your clients have not updated, you can ask them to update the app so that the new features also will be visible for them. Okay. So now we will go to the actual session, today's session, the admin panel feature. Okay. Let me close this. Okay. So whatever we saw now till now was the front end panel, wherein that is called a transaction panel, wherein we use that for a transaction, for transacting in different folios, for seeing your for client to see their portfolio management, to get the reports, to do video KYC or whatever, all these functionalities, you can use that. But this admin panel, business panel, is completely for the admin use, means for the advisors use. As a IFA, you can use this portal to manage your clients, okay, to manage your AUM, what is your total AUM, to get different types of reports, bulk reports, overall clients, what all the reports are there. And if you want to do some operational changes, if you want to merge any client, add any family members, or if you want to edit their user profiles. And yesterday, like if you want to download the AUF uploaded by a client, for all this operational purpose, you can use this particular business panel there. Even to check your day-to-day transaction, auto-sync, how it happens, whether the files we are receiving from RTA, everything can be checked. So all the functionalities is available here. So we'll go tab by tab. So what all the different features available here. First thing we'll go with go to clients. So already we are in the clients page itself. So as soon as you log into business panel, you land up to the clients page, users page here. So as soon as you land here, you will see the entire user list date wise here. So whatever the recent date, it will come in the top. So anyone who registers, if I register now, immediately it will be added here. In the first list, it will show the recent one who has registered. Okay. And here what we have done is we have given different filters to filter or to bifurcate the client and check what type of clients you want to check. You can use these filters to check the details about them. Take for example, there are different filters here. Now you want to know who all the clients whose BSE ID is already registered. You want to know whose AOF is already submitted. Then you can always list it here. Just give registered here, use this filter and submit. So here you will get the list of users who have registered in BSE. Already their client ID is generated. So in the total list, only 10 users are registered in BSE now. So you got an idea about that. So in this 10 users who have registered, are they completed the mandate or they have not registered for mandate? Just click mandate approved. So here itself you got only one person is mandate approved. Others, they have not yet registered for mandate, or their mandate is failed or anything, they have not yet registered. So all these filters will help you out to bifurcate the client and check, and who all the clients who are still left out, whom you should pitch for registering in BSE to create the client ID or to create the mandate. All these things you can check. And in this user list itself, you will have a brief look. As soon as you look at this, you will get a brief idea about each client. See, here itself you get to know the name, mobile number, PAN number, what type of tax status it is, what is his email ID, when this particular user was created on, what is his FE user ID, means to log into FE, our portal, what is the user ID we need to use, what is his BSE client ID, whether it's a KYC compliant client or a non-KYC compliant client, or what all his details are provided. Whether his AEF is submitted or not, here itself you will come to know. So here it is showing no, means his BSE ID is completed, he has generated the client ID, but after that he has not uploaded his submitted his AO form. So all this you will come to know here. And if any one mandate is approved, mandate will become as yes. Here itself will come to know. Or if mandate showing no, means he has not registered for any of the mandate. Okay. So you can use these different filters to filter the clients and get that list of details. And then what you can do, even you can download that list of users. Okay, here there is an option called download all users. When you tick this and submit, it will download an Excel sheet of those users. So in case if you want to add a filter and give it to any of your your employees, or you want to call those clients who are not registered, you can use this data and call them. Okay. And there is an option to search for individual clients as well. So for that one, you can search it with this particular option here. So here you can even mention the name, just enter their name and submit. It will only filter that client and show you the details. Okay. And see, there is an additional option added here to download the download user's address. In case if you want all the users name and address details, just click here, it will download the entire user's address here. All our users who are registered will get the name and address list here in a single. In an Excel, you will get to download. Okay, so it has made very easy to get the details from the portal. Now we'll see inside a user profile what all you can do. So once now you got to know how to check the user details, filter the details, how you will come to know who all are registered, who are not registered. But inside a user profile, what are the things that you will be able to do through admin panel? Just let me take you to this inside the user profile. So once you click on the name, it will open that particular user's account. Okay, so inside the user account, okay, first thing you will see is user ID. Sorry, this user ID is BSE client ID is registered. You will see his client ID, and I told you like basic details like mobile number, is email ID, and what is his current value internally. How much is his internal investment value, and what is his overall value? You will see here, and you can see the mobile OTP as well here. This is nothing but whenever a client registers, right? So OTP register verification is required in the front end. So whenever you do on behalf of the client, don't have to depend on him. You can directly take the OTP from here. Okay, and whether his AUF is submitted or not, you will get to know here itself. If AUF is submitted, it will show done here, just like Patka. And coming down, if I go to general details here, so in the general details, it will give you a brief idea about his profile, like what is his bank details, whether it is filled, what is his bank details, whether this particular client has uploaded the check image, signature image, AUF status is submitted or not, what date it was submitted, everything you can identify. See, there has been a confusion sometimes. What happens is earlier, before April, BSE used to accept the investments without submitting the AUF, right? At that time, we were just making it true without uploading the signature and check image. But now, after April, they have made mandatory for whoever was onboarded in that meantime, or now they have to upload their signature and check image, and they have to submit the AUF for doing the transaction. Otherwise, the transactions will get rejected. So, how to check whether the clients have got clients have uploaded their AUF correctly? Okay, like whether they have uploaded the signature image or not. Two things. One, in the filter itself, we have given that option to just in bulk you have to know under AUF. If you go, there is option check not uploaded. If you just search this, you will get the user list who have not uploaded their check. And in this, if you want to filter out who BSE is registered and not uploaded, all these they have registered in BSE, but they have not uploaded their check image or signature image. You can filter like this. Or if you want to check for a particular user, you know this user, whether this transaction has got rejected or whether you don't know whether he has submitted or not, then you can just come here inside this user profile, just click on general details, you will come to know the details. Okay, and other occupational details, everything is available here. See, there is one more OTP also available, forgot password OTP. See, OTP is generated in two cases. One is to verify mobile number. Second time with the OTP request is done when he is onboarding. So onboarding and for normal mobile verification OTP, you can get that OTP from here. But in case if the client is requesting to reset his password, okay, so or I want to change his password. So in that case, if the client, if it does, he will receive the OTP to when he gives forgot password and puts its user ID, he'll get the OTP to his registered mobile number. Or on behalf of client, if you are doing for forgot password, when you do for a client through a mobile app or through web, you will get the OTP here. So that forgot password OTP will be stored here. That also you can take it from here itself. You can change the password and give it to them. So the next thing is mandate status. So you don't, for mandate status also, each time you don't have to go to the front end and log in to the user account and check the mandate status. You will get all the mandate status details, everything here. In case if the mandate is got rejected or approved, whatever else, the mandate remarks, whatever the BSE gives, right, that also gets stored here. So you can see here itself, what is the mandate ID, what is the, whether it is when it was registered, what is the status of that. And then you can see the nominee details, and you can edit the details also. You can see the activity when last the particular person has logged in, when it was updated, last login, everything you can check here. What is this internal holdings? All this internal holdings and transactions, everything can be checked from here itself. Okay, same goes for external as. So external, what all the holdings available, everything can be checked from here itself. And one more best thing option available here is, in the external holdings we have given edit and delete option as well. For example, what happens is external holdings gets updated only when you update the PDF. Yesterday I told you, right? You need to fetch the PDF, then the client has to upload it, then it will update the external holdings. Take for example, in case if you after uploading the PDF, you redeemed a fund and you have not uploaded the PDF yet, then that fund will still be showing there because the external will get updated only after you upload the PDF. So in that case, if you want to, you have redeemed everything and you want to manually delete that holdings, or you want to edit that holdings, in that case, you can do that from the admin panel as well. Okay, so for all those details, you can use it from here. The transaction also you can edit it. So all those options are available for external holdings. In case of any manual entry you want to know and manually you want to delete any particular holding, at that time you can use this. Okay, so then the transaction details, what all the transactions happened in this particular external and internal transactions is available here itself. What is the running SIP? See, this is a new additional tab that is added now. My running SIPs. For this client, what are the SIPs that are running? You will be able to see here. Okay. Then the orders. So what are the orders placed by the client? What is the order type? What is the status of that particular order? Whether it is active, cancelled, everything you can check in here itself. So entire data of particular user you can completely check in the user profile itself. You doesn't have to go to front end every time to check that. Okay. And see the portfolio requested. See, there is option to track your folio, right? We request PDF. Each time you request, that record gets updated here. So what time, when you requested, whether that request got submitted successfully or not, everything will be updated here. And you'll get the submitted on and updated on data also here. And one more best part is, once the client uploads the PDF link is available here for you to download. In case client says, if any particular fund is, the client says, I have invested, but it is not showing, you can verify whether that is there in the consolidated account statement. How? You can download their statement from here. Okay, their password is nothing but it is fund @ their user ID. You can enter the password, open the PDF, and directly check whether that particular fund is there or not. Or if the client has invested in some other, if the client had invested that, invested in with some other email ID, then you can ask him to request PDF with that email ID. Okay, so all this purpose you can use this. You can see here it is requested in different email ID. So client, whichever email ID has done the investment, he needs to enter that and request for that fund to appear. Okay, to verify that everything, you can download that particular PDF from the admin panel itself. So that option is also available here. Now, once we go back, we'll go to the action tab here. See, other than not only just seeing the details, there are more functionalities that you can do in a user profile as well. First thing is, if you go to action, there are different tabs that we are given, what all different things that you will be able to do here. Okay. So first thing is edit user profile. In case if you want to do any edit, like you want to edit the email ID, or you want to add, update the mobile number of that particular client, date of birth is changed, any update you want to do, you don't have to always go to front end and do the profile complete OTP verification. You can directly come here, edit profile, edit the details here, address or anything. You can edit the details here and then give submit. So once you edit the details and give submit, it will get saved in Fund Expert. Here it will get saved. But how you have to, after the saving here, how that can be updated in BSE? Next step is, whatever you do or whatever you edit, whenever you edit any details from admin panel, what you have to do is, you have to click on action. There is an option called, the sixth option you can down, you can see register or update client on BSE. So you have to click this. So when you click this, what happens? Whatever the changes that you have done, right? Not only it will take effect here, it will also get updated in BSE as well. Okay, that changes, it will get updated in BSE also. this also you can do it. The next option available here is update user settings. So in update user settings, you can manually mark certain things from here as well. For example, sometimes what happens, you might have faced some issue also. Sometimes when you're uploading the AOF image, you might get a message. What message you will get is like you will get a message that your AOF size exceeds BSC limit. Sometimes what happens, the check image or signature image that we upload, no, it is the resolution might be more. So when we are uploading the AOF size exceeds BSC limits. At that time, what we have done, one facility that we have done is automatically what happens is when IFA is doing that, when client is doing, the AOF will get mailed to the IFA. When any client is submitting at that time, then what happens? If it exceeds BSC limit, you will get that consolidated file mailed to you. You have to upload that in BSC directly. Okay, or as an IFA, when you are doing it, now we are going to add another option as well, like wherein you can download that AOF, consolidated AOF form there itself in the upload documents page. So at that time, when you upload the AOF directly in BSC, what you have to do from here? So from here, you need to manually make it true. How you can make it true is, can you see this 2 button here? AOF submitted online by user and AOF status pending verified by user. After uploading the only for those rare cases where you are not able to submit the AOF from here, or for non-individual clients. So for non-individual clients also, what we will do is we will upload all the documents here, but you cannot submit it from here. You have to download that AOF. So you will download that consolidated AOF form. You will upload it directly in the BSC. So once we do that, you have to come here, click on update user settings, and then you need to make this switch true. Means this both you need to tick and you need to submit it. So once you submit it, what happens? Here also it will be marked true, then you can start the investment. That is one option. Second thing is, see, you can see all the mandate status available here. Take for example, for one particular client registered for eNACH mandate. Everything happens automatically. Once you register for eNACH mandate, automatically eNACH mandate ID will get generated here, is amount, what is the mandate status, everything will come here. But in case if that eNACH authentication is not done, or anyway in middle the client forgot to do the eNACH mandate authentication, now you want to register the mandate again. So manually what you can do, you can come here, there is eNACH mandate status or NACH mandate status, you can make it rejected or failed here. This is only to be used when in a rare scenario cases, or you can inform your RM, they also can do it. When you want to re-register for mandate, you want to cancel the earlier mandate and re-register for mandate, at that time you can mark it rejected and submitted. Then from front end, you can again register for a fresh mandate. So for all those purposes, you use this option available. Okay. I hope you understood, right? So that is the purpose of update user setting. Now coming back to the action tab again, then we have another option called upload insurance files. Okay, so in case if the client has in the front end also they can upload their insurance file, or if you want to upload the client's insurance file here, you can upload it here. And next we have is the add family member option. See, in case for this particular user, you already have their family members also registered under you. Now you want to make them as a one family account. What you can do, just very simply you can add it here. In the front end, they have to give the request, link request, and they need to get. But as an admin, you can directly go to add family member. Whoever is their family member, just enter their name. Then click on this user accounts in the second tab. All the clients who are with that name will appear here. Just click on that, add account. Whoever their family member is, if anyone else is there, search for them as well. Add account, then give submit. So as soon as you give submit, both of them will be added as family members for Vanita to that client. So this way you can add the family members very simply from the admin panel itself. Okay. And the next option is we have merge client option as well. So merge client option is useful when there are multiple IDs of the same user. Take for example, in the same user itself, there are with the same email ID, same user, there are 2-3 clients, 2-3 IDs have come. Sometimes what happens, we get the data from CAMS and Carby RTA, right? When the raw data comes here, maybe there are some multiple registrations. Client might have registered in different portals with same email ID and same name. what happens then 2-3 IDs might have come. To check that also we have got an option here. If you go to users or transactions, if you go to identical, here there is an option to check that identical names or PAN or identical email or mobile. So once you click this itself, you'll get to know. See, Vinod Kumar Sabapati, there are so many IDs. Okay, either you can do one thing, you can select here itself in the box, they don't have the holdings, you can directly make them inactive. Just click on mark inactive, all these will be marked inactive and only one ID will be remaining. Or what you can do is here you can merge that. So here I can select Vinod, or in the Manita name itself, if I have a different IDs, I can select that just like in the family member. I select those IDs, whichever I want to merge to whatever IDs I've suggested. Now if I give submit, all these IDs will get merged to the current one. And only one ID will be remaining, one account will be remaining, others will be made inactive in the platform. Okay, for this purpose, you will use this merge client option there. To avoid confusions, to do this, maintain a proper client list. To avoid this multiple duplicate users, you will use this client list option, this merge client option.
You should also tell them that if they have the different tax status, then they should not merge.
Yeah, got it. So this is only for the same tax status. That is, see, for take for example, in individual tax status itself, there are 2 IDs, 3 IDs. Then you can use this. But if you're having multiple tax status clients, then we don't use this. Okay, maybe because there might be an NRI client and he might have an individual account and another account. Okay, or an NRO account. For those, you need to maintain them as 2 different users because 2 different tax status they have done the investment. That we should not merge client. This is only used for same tax status, but multiple IDs are available. Then you can use this merge client option. Thanks for reminding me. Okay. So next thing register and update client of a client on BSE. I hope you understood, right? So this is mainly used whenever you do any changes in the user profile. After submitting it, then you come here, just click on the register or update client on BSE so that the details will get saved in BSE as well. Okay. Then we have direct plan redeem. See, in case if any of your client wants to redeem a direct plan after uploading the PDF, if they want to redeem a direct plan, you can activate it from here. And see, we have given a navigation button as well here. So this is another important feature to reduce your time and effort. Okay, take for example, now you want to do you saw this client, everything is fine. Now you want to do any transaction in the particular client account. So you don't have to go to the front end and log in from your ID, then go to client list and all. Directly go to that particular user settings here. Come here, click on go to front panel. Okay, directly it will take you to the front panel inside that user profile itself. So go to front panel, yes, directly it will take you to that particular site. But if you want to go inside that user profile, you just have to click on log into front panel. Just click here, log into front panel. Directly, I will log in inside Vanita profile itself to the front panel. Now, if you want to do any investment or do any transaction, you can directly do it here. Okay. But one important step that you need to do is after doing anything in this, if you want to log into some other client, then what you have to do is you have to first log out here. So first log out here, then go to next client and you can log into that particular client account. You can give log into front panel, it will go inside that also. But in case if you don't log out and without logging out, if you are trying, it will again take you to the same page. Or if without logging out, you close that account. You close it. What you can do is then you can use this go to front panel option. Go to front panel, what it will do is it will take you to the same user account whom you have not logged out yet. So then you can log out, then come here, you can go to the next user account. So all this is possible here. And the scan mandate download, just like how we download from from the front end, you can download once you register for mandate. If you want that mandate copy to be downloaded, you can download from the admin panel. Okay. See, then there is AOF related functionalities also available here. Once the client has updated check image AOF everything, in case yesterday there was a question, right? Can we have that as a backup? Can we download and check the AOF or whatever the documents uploaded? Everything is stored in the admin panel. From here, you can actually, if you click on download AOF submitted to BSE, you will actually download that particular AO form that was uploaded by the client. See, everything is stored here. The check image, the signature, what it is uploaded, the AO form, everything is available. From here, you can download it. Or if you want to check that online, view AF online, it is available here. You can check it online. Okay. And there is an option to clean signature. You do it in the front end, right? To crop the signature and you plot it here accordingly. So same thing is available here also. So you are also, you can do that. Most probably this functionality is there in front end only, no? Directly there you can do that there. Do it there. Okay. So then we have this other functionalities like merge holdings. Merge holdings is when if you want to merge two holdings, if both the holdings have the same folio number, then you can merge holdings here. Then there is a few modules like rectify holding or recalculate invested amount. See, sometimes we get some queries like this value is incorrect. The invested amount is more of this thing. What happens sometimes if to those types of error, if it comes, first thing you have to try is come here and just click on recalculate invested amount. So this will sort out any type of error is there in the calculations or anything which you see in the holdings, right? All this will be rectified by this itself. Okay. So you can just use this functionalities for that. And right now this reset mobile pin to 1234 is like right now we have after updating the app, you will be able to see there. So we have added this MPIN option to login. So if the default MPIN is 1234, then you can set that. In case if you want to reset, you can use this option here. Okay, so all these functionalities are available inside a user profile. All these things you can do it from the admin panel itself. So each time it doesn't have to go to front panel to do everything. So now we are coming back to the next tab here. Under main, we come to the client family. Okay, so I told you there, so you can add different families for different client family members. So here you can see entire family report available here. So example, if I click on Vanita, I'll see the complete portfolio of that particular family report here itself. Okay. So here in the family report, what is the total family value? We'll get it here, and individual family members holding you'll be able to see it. And this one you can even filter with internal and external. If you want to see only external, you can see external, or if you want to see only internal, you can even filter that out and check here. And if you want to download this family report, just click on this PDF, submit, you will be able to download the family report as well. So you can download the family report here. We get the family summary available here. In case if you want to include in the family summary, XIRR value should also be included. That filter is also available here. Just click on show XIRR, XIRR value is also shown in the particular report there. And this, when coming to reports, the family members, from here also you can add family member here. So add give for any example in one Vanita family, I want to add another member, I can add it from here itself. The option is available here. Family running SIP information. So in this particular family, how many SIPs are running? What is the date? What is the total SIP amount? Everything will get the details. This is an additional function taken. Okay. So just I forgot to show you in the user profile. See, in the user profile itself, we have added a reports option as well. Okay. See, you can see next to the name Kumar, there is reports. From here itself, all the reports that you find in the front end, right? Everything is available here as capital gain, unrealized capital gain reports we have added now. Okay, transaction statement, TLSS statement. From here itself, you can download this report in case if you want to download it and send it to any of your clients, right? So you can, or if you want to check, you can download it from in the admin panel itself. So all the options are available. Now coming to main tab, we have orders. So in the orders tab, you can see all the orders placed from the platform. So which date it was created, start date, what type of order it is, which user placed it. So entire data you will see, you'll be able to see it. And what is the status of that particular order also it will show it. Whether it was cancelled, it was rejected, allotment is done. All the status you can see here. And in the orders, based on order time, you can filter as well. So active orders, you want to see only monthly orders placed, you can use this filter to check that. Or cancelled orders, what are the cancelled orders, what are the monthly orders that got cancelled in see the list. So you can use this filter and get the data available. And next we have transactions. So transaction date wise, you can get the transaction list. User wise as well date wise, you can see the entire transaction here. So this transaction is like online as well as RTA. Means whatever transaction initiated from the platform or you do it outside the platform, which we receive from RTA. So all the transaction data will be available here. So you can download the transaction report. In case if you want to download it only for a particular client, enter their name. You can get the data with the name also. So I got the data for Vanita, what all the transactions available, internal transaction that is. And I can even download it in Excel. As an MIS report, you can download. So you can select the date from which date to which date. You can select also and you can download it. So all this data you get it under transaction. Then we come to the AUM. So AUM, you have user wise AUM, AMC wise AUM, scheme type wise AUM. Right? So when you go to AMC wise, you will get each AMC, how much is the invested amount, what is the current AUM. And you can further bifurcate into scheme wise. From scheme wise, you can go inside user wise. Okay, so you can filter down to you can drop down, you can go filter down till the user level, you can check. So you can compare and check the data. In this particular MNC, how many schemes have invested, how many clients have invested in a particular scheme, what is the total returns, what is the XARR value, everything can be seen here. So same goes for user wise also. From user wise, you can go to AMC. From AMC, you can go to orders. Okay. So each AMC, where what are the order space, everything you can bifurcate and check it here. Same, and you can check in scheme type wise also. So in equities, how much is the investment? For everything, we have given the filters to further break down and see the data there. Okay. And then we have MF Holdings. That is nothing but portfolio, complete portfolio report. If you want to download, which we download from the center panel, right? If you want to check that complete portfolio report here, and if you want to download it in PDF or Excel, you can download it from here also. Fine. You get the complete portfolio report available here. And in case if you want to download, just click on PDF, submit or Excel submit, it will immediately download that portfolio here. Okay. The next we have is we came to the user or transaction. So I got the report. So you can immediately download it. Okay. So now I told you like identical users names or identical mobile number or who have the same identical emails or mobile, everything can be data can be seen here. The next option we have is a bulk FATCA update. I'll tell you when this bulk FATCA update will be very much useful. Take for example, once you onboard to FundExpert, right? Initially, we upload all the files from BSE, right? We upload the client master, the SIP report, and bulk FATCA update also we will do it. But in the bulk FATCA update, what happens is, if few of the clients had registered their FATCA before you with some other IFA, their data won't be available in that particular FATCA file. So their data won't come. So for those users, what will happen is their BSE ID will be generated, their AOF will show as submitted, but their FATCA will be new. In that case, you don't have to check individually and submit that FATCA as done. You will be aware all those users whose BSE ID is generated, but FATCA is showing us no. All those client lists will come here. We will have like the tick mark one. So you will be aware of which are the clients who have already submitted their FATCA and BSE. For those clients, you just have to tick like this and click on mark submit. And then what will happen is system will automatically make all their FATCA as submitted done. Then you don't have to do it again. Or individually, when you do the investment for that particular client, once again you can submit it from the platform also. That's not going to be an issue. But in case if you want to make sure that all those FATCA also is marked done, you can just come here. You will see those IDs here. Mark them. Give mark submitted. That will make all the FATCA done. Then this missing email users who have not yet given their email ID, all those lists you will see here, and inactive user report. So I told you, right, for any clients who's, if you want to mark them as inactive from the platform, you can always do that. Take for example, I want to, there's a test ID, right? I can make this inactive. If I just go to action, update user setting, there is an option called mark inactive on platform. If I just tick mark this and give submit, this particular ID will become inactive. It will not show in any user list or anywhere in the platform. But where it will be there available in the inactive user list. See, I just did test ID came through. So all those inactive user lists will be here. In case if you want to reactive them or mistakenly you did it, they made them inactive. For that time, what you can do, you can even click here and you can make the client active again as well. Just untick this, you submit, the client will be activated. See, upon that, we have a allow redeem on app option also, which I didn't show you. See, by default, clients will not see redemption option in their mobile app or their website, but that has to be allowed by you. That has been controlled by the IFA only. For any client, if you want to give them enable the redemption option in their user profile, you need to click on allow redeem option. Once you click this and submit, then only they will be able to, as a client, they'll be able to any redemption option will be enabled. They'll be able to redeem any particular schemes. Otherwise, from the advisor login, when you do login, you will see the redemption option. You can redeem on behalf of. Okay, so just to highlight that, I've showed you here. Okay, and there is BSE option. So BSE for which our client BSE AOF is uploaded. All the list you will see here. Same goes for mandate approved, mandate registered. All the data you will be able to see here. The next we have is rejected transaction. See all those transactions that got rejected, right? So you will get the list of those transactions. Any SIP got rejected, any transaction that the user tried and it got rejected, you will get the complete list available here. User wise as well as date wise. So recent date wise, it will come in the first and it will show all the rejection transactions. From here, you can identify those. In case if you want to assess those clients to try again, or any SIP is missed due to any any reasons it got rejected, you can ask them to reinitiate that. So you'll be able to identify all those rejected transactions here and update or help the client to make it again. Next, we are coming to the reports part. As you can see, we have added many new reports also. So there is a portfolio valuation report, which which might be very much useful for many of you people. Okay, so from here you can download a detailed portfolio valuation report as well. To just highlight with see, and this portfolio valuation report can be downloaded user-wise, individual user-wise or family-wise. If there is a family for that particular user, family-wise also you can download it. And then holding type, you can make it internal holdings, or if you want to make it only for internal or for external or for all. You want to download it for the entire portfolio, you can select that option. So end date is till which date you want, some instruction from which date you want that data to be shown. Here, there is if you want a portfolio summary, so you will get a detailed report. In that, if you want a portfolio summary also to be included, you can click this. If you want to include the redeemed units, you can click here. All these additional filters are also given. Once you click this, it will come like this. See, this is the portfolio summary. You have a portfolio summary here, and then you have a detailed valuation report here with the absolute returns, XIRR, everything you will get it. Okay. So what is the total XIRR that is for the total value, total invested amount, everything you will get the option here. So when you select family wise here, it will give a family. So it will have entire family report as well. Total XIRR of a particular family, everything will receive it. Right? You get a detailed complete portfolio valuation report. Same like that, you have a transaction report also. Same filters are given. You including transaction and get the complete report as on date here. So you can transaction up to, you can filter the date. Again, here also you can make it internal or external. And see, there is two options here. Not only you will view it. So here, if you submit, you will view the report here. But in case if you want to download it, you can download that report as well. Okay. See, after I selecting, if I select PDF here, PDF icon here, it will download the report in PDF. If I select Excel here, it will download the report in Excel. The PDF report, it will come like this. Get a proper report. Okay. And then there is SIP report. See, SIP reports is currently running SIPs at BSE. So what we do is initially first time, we will upload the BSE file. Whatever the BSE running SIPs at BSE, we'll upload the SIP file here. After that, you will see all the running SIPs at BSE. Post that, you will start doing the SIPs, registering the SIPs from our platform, right? So all those will get automatically added. So you will see all SIPs registered at BSE. What is the total running SIPs currently in BSE? All those report you will be able to see. What is the SIP count on each user? You will be able to see. Same goes for STP report as well. Okay, and then there is a overall RTA SIP. See, for overall RTA SIPs, what you have to do is you have to upload the CAMPS SIP and Carvi SIP file here. Means other than the SIPs that are running in BSP, you might have registered offline also, right? You might have directly started SIPs from RTA or from AMCs as well. For all the offline SIPs, if you want to see, what you have to do is under the upload utilities, under CAMS and Carvi for each RTA, we have given an upload option for SIP. CAMS is WBR 49. So you get this report as a single report from inception from CAMS. You can download it. In case if you don't know how to download, you can take the help of your RM. Usually first time when you get onboarded, right, RM will do this. But in case after that you want to update that, you can regularly upload this file as well. Same goes for Carvi. Carvi is MFSD 240. We have given the number as. So once you upload that SIP file here under upload utilities, under that respective RTAs, then all those overall RTA SIPs that you have offline, right, everything will come here. And you can see what are the active, what are the terminated SIPs, which all the got expired, what is the active SIP now count, everything you will be able to check here. Okay. Now coming to another interesting feature that we have added. This is another new feature that we have added now. You can even schedule reports to be mailed to the client. See, what to as an advisor, what you do is regularly you have to send the updates to your clients, right? They won't. There might be so many clients who won't keep checking their portfolio. They don't do it. They come to the log in and check and all. They will ask you regularly, email me my portfolio report. What is the growth I want to check? I want my statements. What you have to do is we have made it so easy for you that you can schedule those reports. Okay. So what you can do is just go to schedule automated emails. For which client you want to schedule, select the client name here. Then right now, portfolio valuation report and capital gains reports are available. But going forward, we'll keep adding new reports to this. The list will be going on. We'll be adding new reports also to this. Just tick which report you want to send to client and when this has to be made. Take for example, monthly. Every month, this report has to be made. Which date it has to be made? Every month 12. Take for example, or every month 15. Every month 15. That's all. We have set it now. So once you have scheduled this, system will automatically mail that particular client as a report every month 15th. He will get an email with that particular report. In this email, you can just click and you can download his report there. Okay. So once this is scheduled reports management, if you go, you can see for the whichever clients, there is a filter option also available here. If you want to check all customers, you can check all, or customers with schedule. If you click, it will show all the list of clients whose report is already scheduled. For these people, it is scheduled. In case if you want to suspend the report, take for example, this client is no more under you, he is not using it. You want to suspend the auto scheduler for him, just click that client, click on suspend schedule. It will suspend it. Or temporarily you suspended it, now you want to reactivate it. You can unsuspend also. Or if permanently you want to delete the schedule itself, we can delete the schedule. So everything is possible. Okay, so this auto scheduling module will be very much useful for you to update your clients automatically. So it will be like your clients will feel the effort that you're taking. So regularly, without you don't have to even remember, it will automatically send an email to the client with their particular report. Right? And then see, to identify, to make sure that all the emails are going correctly, we have given a scheduler log as well. Sorry. Yeah, I got it that someone asking like you want to add to all customers. See, there is one more option also here. Take for example, you want to schedule for one client, and you have already scheduled this for some other user. Vanita, I just scheduled, right? I can even copy that. So I put Vanita here. Now I click on copy. So whatever reports are scheduled for Vanita, same scheduling will get copied to Vinod as well. You can copy this report as well. And in the scheduler log, if you just go to scheduler log, it will show you all the mails that was sent. So you can even have a log, whether if the mail is going to the clients correctly or not, you can even check that. So all those logs are maintained here. That is also available. And there is another important option like upcoming birthdays. So if you want to know for any birthdays, if you want to wish the clients or you want to introduce some new things for some special advice for them, upcoming birthdays in this week and upcoming birthdays in this month, you will see the entire list. When I click on submit, I get the list of users whose birthdays is going to come in the next 1 month. Okay, so all those are available in the report part. Then now coming to the AUM part. So AUM user wise, AMC wise, and scheme wise, we just saw that. And SIP reports, again user wise, scheme wise, you can check here. AMC wise, what are the SIPs that is running SIPs, number of SIPs, number of input, all this. This is again a new report. SIP report is added here. You can check all the details available here. And then we have dashboard. So when I go to overall dashboard, I get total AUM, total purchase, total redemption, total clients, and what is the total running SIPs. Under me, I can get a proper screenshot of that. Down that I'll get a list of top AMCs invested, top investors, AUM, and a current month snapshot as well. The current month, what is the inflow and outflow? Like what is the total purchases, total new users added, all those details, I can get it here. So in the dashboard, I have a monthly dashboard as well. So month-wise, you will get the data in the monthly dashboard. So each month, what was the new investors added? What is the net monthly inflow? What are the new mandates registered added at BSE? So all those data, you will get it here. Okay. And same like that, we have a daily dashboard. So daily report also you can. So entire data you can manage here. And there is a monthly MIS report as well. You can download a monthly each. For any particular month, you can download the monthly inflow and outflow. What was the purchase and what was the redemption, everything you can check here. So you can just select which year you require or which month data you require, and you can give submit. You'll get that particular data here. Total monthly inflow, monthly outflow, and a small data of that also. What is the net monthly inflow from? There are no minusing the outflow. And here there is some. I had this query recently that I want to download only the purchase transaction in a particular month. You can do that here as well. See, just if you select transaction type as purchase, it will download the data only purchase data for that particular month. How much purchase has happened? This you can do it for individual user also. You can enter the user name here, then it will download only for this user. So you can give download here, and you can download it. Fine. Okay, then we have a business opportunity dashboard as well. See, here you have ELSS opportunity, means like people who can invest in ELSS fund. So all those, this report shows ELSS investment opportunity available with all the KYC verified users who have invested less than ATC limit in current year till date. So who have not invested to ATC limit, who have invested less, who they can invest more in ELSS. All the user list will come to know. Okay. So these things will help you out to increase your business. And for whom the lock-in period, so free units, like, okay, so some might have invested in ELSS, but 3 years would have over. They would have some units that has been released. Already the lock-in period is released. Now they can do switch in or switch out or whatever is being. So all those free unit data, you can get it here. Okay. And there is a business, in the business opportunity, you have SIP opportunities as well. Take, for example, people have registered, they have done the onboarding, but they have not yet started SIP. Okay. So for those clients, you can pitch it from the SIP report available there. So just like monthly SIP MIS report, there is a 3-day MIS as well. Okay. Okay, so here last 3 days, what is the inflow and outflow? You'll get the complete data available. So all those available, you can check here. And next is my app, my mobile app users. See, already I told you earlier there was some issue in this, but now the new update has been done. So any of your client who has not yet updated the app, ask them to update the app. So once after updating the app, once they log in or they open their ID to do sign up, immediately the data will be captured. So here you will get the list of users who are using your mobile. You'll see. So only this many people have downloaded your app and they are using it. So what you can do is you can encourage other clients also to use your app. So you can track here who all have downloaded, who all have signed up. All those data you will get it. Okay. Then now the new feature has also come. There is a send app notification feature also. So you can send notification to your clients as well. See, take for example, there is a new update, or you want to give some, there is a the NFO launch. You want to introduce that to your clients. You can type your message here. Just tick send app notification. Then if you want to send it to all clients, you can select here, or if you want to send it to particular clients, you can tick their names here. And then give submit. It will send an app notification, immediate app notification to all those things. But they should have downloaded the app and they should have updated the app for that to make sure that that is available. They should have logged in. Then for all those clients who have logged in, it will send an app notification. This also is live now. Okay. Under my app details, this is another important feature here. So under my app details, you can see what is your current app title, subtitle, what is your tagline, what type of theme you are having. Yesterday I showed you, right? You can change your theme as well. And your BSC user ID and password will always be available here. See, your BSC user ID, your BSC password will get auto change. Usually this should be enabled because this will avoid the issue of failing future. If any password gets expiry, the transaction will stop. To avoid that issue, what we have done is we have set it in such a way that your BSC password will get auto changed every week. So every Sunday it will get changed. In case if you want to download it, log into BSC Star MF portal, then where you can check for your password, just come to my app details. You will see your user ID and the updated password as well. So in case if you want to edit any details here, you yourself can change your app title, your tagline, your mobile number, your theme. If you want to change, you can change. So what is the support number you want to give your clients, your support email ID, all these things you can change it here. Your mobile app link will be available here. And in case if you want to change your app background color, you yourself can change it from here. Whichever color you choose and give submit, it will automatically change immediately in the app. So your address details and your insurance ID, if it is active, what is your insurance ID, will be available here. Okay. And then in my app details, if you go, you have upload logo option also. So in case now you want to change your logo, or you have done some changes to your logo, you have updated some format or changed the format, you can directly choose your logo and upload it here. Automatically it will get updated in your web and in your web homepage and in your mobile app. So all these options are available under my app details. Okay. And SOA, I think I showed you yesterday itself. Only my SOA says now you don't have to enter for Carvi. If you only have CAMS FundsNet ID, then you have to enter it here. Okay. So last, we have external AUM option as well. So under external AUM, if you want to check user wise or client wise, like AMC wise, you can check here. External, you can monitor your external AUM as well. So how much is there? How much how many of your clients have invested externally? So much you can identify here. Accordingly, you can expect. And then there is a video KYC page. So this is very important. You have this whenever a client is doing a video KYC, yes, submit his video KYC. All the fields here should be yes. Means his video URL, final verification, everything should be yes. His AMC remarks. And here you can see now for video KYC, Aadhaar e-sign is mandatory. So both this Aadhaar e-sign URL and digital signed URL, that link should be available here. Then only that means that he has correctly has done and he has successfully submitted the KYC. If that link is missing, then it is not submitted properly. Then they have to redo the KYC. And here, all this video URL should be yes. As final verification should be yes. If this is no, that means they have not submitted the final verification there. All these things as an IFA you can monitor from the admin panel. Okay, so you can check here everything. If everything is fine here, then he has successfully submitted. Then you will get the status updated. KRA status, AMC remarks, whatever it is, automatically it will get updated. Once it is uploaded, it will show us KYC registered, new KYC. and what is the status is, everything will get updated here. And now recently we have updated our KYC thing. Earlier there was issue like we don't know what is the rejection status, KYC status was not showing, but now that process is very much expedited. So immediately within 2 days you will see the rejection status, whatever it is. If it is done, if it is submitted properly, then you will see the rejection status or the success status within 1 or 2 days. Okay, so everything is working fine now. You can just look it from here. Okay, so I think I've covered enough, and we have crossed our time limit also for today. Sorry that I took 10 minutes more, but there were some important things that I want to update you. So tomorrow, before starting up with other financial assets, I'll tell you about this upload utility, how you can upload different BSE files. I'll show you that, and then I'll move on to the other products. Okay. So hope you are clear with all the topics that we discussed today. So thank you so much. So now it's the time for the Q&A. I'll stop my screen and we'll take up your questions.
So good evening, everyone, and I hope you had a great time understanding all the questions, all the topics under the admin panel, all the improvements and all the new things and all the services, how to use and use them as customer. Now I'll just take the few questions which are there in the chat. So question, I think there was a common question, I think, that how do you send client statement weekly automatically? So scheduler will help. So Mr. Ajay Srivastava, scheduler will help you to schedule to sell it weekly available. Yes, Mr. Sanjay Mehta, recording will be made available. Recordings are available for all the training programs. So if anybody has missed any training program earlier, please put a request to your RM in your WhatsApp group and he'll share the recording link with you. We will anyway mail at the end anyway, but specifically you're looking for any particular program, please raise it. So that question is answered. And similarly for Tapash also, we will send the recording definitely at the end. And you can also ask in your WhatsApp group. Generally by in a day or two, it will get ready. So by tomorrow, it should be ready, the recording. Now I come back to scheduler question. So yes, Mr. Ajay, you can send mails to, you can schedule mails to be sending the client statement account every week automatically. Okay, you can be scheduled. Now, Mr. Clearanson, can we schedule all the clients together or individually? Right now, the functionality is to select individual and set up so that you don't end up sending wrong mails to clients who are not active or something. But in future, we will give you some options to add more number of clients together, like some kind of filter to add that. So we are working that next step of development will happen in the next, probably in a month, you will see those kind of features. Right now, you can select all your important clients into it. In future, we'll give you some way where you can take a setup and you can copy to multiple clients or something like that. Okay, based on certain filters. So that will be happening in due course. We'll come with that kind of functionality. So I guess the chat questions are over. So now I'll just take your online, your verbal questions. So you are now free to ask your questions by unmuting yourself. Before unmuting yourself, when you are unmuting, just tell your name and the city you're talking. We'll get an idea from where we are going to speak to you. So it will be nice. I guess there's no question, I guess. So then I'll see you tomorrow for the next training session, I guess. Okay, Devajyoti has said that they don't. So, okay. So one question. Yes, they don't provide any more FundsNet ID. So you don't get FundsNet ID anymore, Devajyoti. The idea is they don't want, and they're not giving access to their software. Okay, Mr. Kalyankrishnan says more questions will come once you listen to the recording. Sure, Mr. Kalyankrishnan. Then first thing I'll do is get the recording ready as soon as possible. And by tomorrow itself, morning itself, I'll send it to everyone. Please go through the recording and then come back to us with more questions. So I'll answer one thing that somebody wrote in the chat. Mr. Jovati said that CAMS does not give any FundsNet ID. Yeah. So that FundsNet ID is actually for those guys who already have it from earlier. It is not for new guys, because new guys CAMS don't give it. What CAMS says is they can directly download from their own app or their own 360. So they are not giving, and they are not allowing any other software also to log in and get that. So nothing can be done. That's their policy. So right now you can download for those who don't have CAMS. You can click on that. It will open a page and it will allow you to send a mail to your customer, which he will receive. Okay. So you can send a CAMS SOA and the CAMS SOA will go to the customer. That's what you can do from FundExpert. If you want to download, you have to go to CAMS FundsNet, CAMS 360 and download it directly. Other is Carvi you can continue to download from FunExpert. So that the Budgeti, I think I have answered your question, and it is as per whatever. Now we'll go to the next question. Can we help in a way client does not have access to mobile email and he's left the company? Okay, so his mobile email has changed. So yeah, you can change the mobile in email. Both can be changed. You have seen there is a form we have uploaded. Fill a form, take his signature, and submit to the nearest CAMS or Carvi office, and his mobile email will change. It is there in the general help section. You go to general help section, you will get forms for changing mobile and email. One form for Carvi, one form for CAMS. Just do 2 forms, because anyway, in 2 days time, Franklin will become part of CAMS. So yeah, can it be done online? Only no, because online there will be some OTP or some verification. So both you will not be able to do, because if I remember, there is an online change of email ID is there. But when you're doing online change of email ID, it will send an OTP to mobile number. So you can't do both obviously online. Just imagine now, without having access to anybody's mobile email, if you are able to change online, how much big security risk it will have. So obviously, even if it was, they would never give both of them change, will never happen online. So if somebody has lost it, get a physical form done. That's the only way. It is the most secure way also for everyone, so that nobody is feeling unsecure that tomorrow somebody takes my mobile email and puts his own mobile email and do anything, right? So I think that question is answered. Now contact email change is only available for all. It is available that form which you see there is available for all RTA, both RTAs. CAMS form is there, Carvi form is there. There are only going to be 2 RTAs from 19th. Franklin is going to stop from 19th, just in case most of you must be aware of that. If you're not aware, then Franklin will become part of CAMS. So CAMS will have 17 AMCs. Right now they have 16, 17th will be Franklin. Franklin will be part of CAMS from 19th. They've already sent an announcement. I'm sure you must be aware of that. I'm just repeating it. So basically, you don't have to worry. From another 2 days time, there won't be any Franklin data. There won't be any Franklin RTA also. Okay, there will be only 2, and it will make your task also. So I think I have answered all questions online. I have allowed unmute also to everyone, but I don't think so there is any question by anyone. So I guess everybody wants to see the recording and then come back with more questions. No problem. We are always available. We are always in touch through your WhatsApp groups and all that. So you're free to raise your questions and get it answered anytime. We are always here to help you out. And anyway, we'll be there for tomorrow's again. That's a program which is happening at 5 o'clock tomorrow for the other products and how you can do that. And just a reminder, tomorrow is the last day to do your SGB investments, because tomorrow and for this month, because there won't be any other series released in this month. Next series will come only next month. And I suppose the price looks relatively low compared to last 4 or 5 series. So you can take a look at that. Those who are looking to make their client invest with that. Yes. Although I am not sure what's your name, Mr. Adwin, but thanks for the encouragement. Looking forward to more and more innovative ways. Great going. Yes. We'll continue to surprise you with more innovation. That's our promise at FundExpert always. I am sure in just month's time, we will continue to add more and more surprise, more innovations and more things as and when possible. BSC API change is coming. Just to tell you, for some of you who have stayed late, BSC API change is coming soon. It will get launched. From next week, you will be able to add multiple nominees, I think, and you will also be able to add minor nominee. All that will become live in the next week in FundExpert. Okay. So you will have multiple nominees you can add in any form. You can divide percentage in the same folio in multiple nominee. All those options will be available next week. Okay. So you will see those kind of new changes, new facilities will come, and you will see that. Yes. Thank you, Chandra Shekhar. Thank you, Mahesh. Thank you, Rajesh. Yeah, Siddharth. Thanks. Okay, got your name now. Yeah, Siddharth. So thanks for all the engagements, and we'll continue to add more and more innovation. Just 2-3 things which will go live. Okay, just one more addition. Since there will, just for those people who stayed back, just since tomorrow, Friday, please finish all your market related anything. Saturday, Sunday will be off for BSC as well as for FundExpert also, because BSC is going to change to new API. So BSC will do all the changes, and I'm sure knowing at BSC they will do some kind of thing. They will. So FundExpert also will need to be shut down from tomorrow evening after market hours till probably Sunday morning or sometime. We'll try to do as early as possible, assuming there is no BSC APIs work, new APIs which allows multiple nominees. We will anyway send an announcement we will try to make it as early as possible the platform up again. So there will be some changes. You will see multiple nominees and all that options you will see for new folios. Obviously old folios cannot be changed anything. New folios you will see all that. Okay, so this change, they have said they are going live by tomorrow afternoon. They have already sent a notice, so I am assuming that is on track. And if BSE makes those changes live after market hours tomorrow, then we will also make those changes in Fund Expert, and you will see those things. So your Fund Expert, I would suggest, if you have to onboard any customers, please do it today and tomorrow morning itself. And this weekend, keep yourself free, because platforms will get affected which you are using for BSE, because BSE is going through that change. So that's just information in advance for you to finish your onboarding and things. Otherwise, I'm assuming that over the weekend all these things will happen, and by Monday everything will be back to normal. That's what my assumption is, because we are fully ready for that, unless BSE ends up goofing anything at the end, which we don't know at this point. But we hope they are very professional about it and they will not do any goof up. So we are fully ready. We have made all the changes in compliance with the new changes coming in there. So, and you will see those changes coming in live. So we will keep you updated on the changes. But these are the major changes. Major changes: the nominee and multiple nominees are allowed, and in BSE now, and minor also can be made a nominee. And when you make a minor nominee, then guardian will also need to be informed. Who will be the guardian for that nominee? So extra fields, extra information will be needed when you are trying to update any person account. Okay, so these are the new changes which will come in through, and we'll keep you updated anyway. So just telling you some new changes advance. Also 3.0.7 is made live today. The new app version is out, 3.0.7. You can download and update now. We have removed one, there was some problem coming with the this thing, the mobile pin. Some people were facing some difficulty in login, so we have now disabled this mobile app. So we have disabled the mobile pin temporarily. We'll bring it back. We'll just test and bring it back later. So mobile pin has been disabled and calculators has been added. Yesterday, the thing has been pointed. We got the feedback. Calculator is not available for IFS. So when the calculator is added back, I'm sure a lot of people found it useful. So you can now, when you log in with 3.0.7, you will find these two issues have been resolved. Okay. And thanks everyone. So yes, Mr. Kora, now you'll not face a problem. Do 3.0.7 and you will not face any problem. Okay, just update that and it will go through smoothly. Okay. Yes. So you will not, and any of your client already, just upgrade to latest. It's there on the Play Store, 3.0.7, and it is very smooth and probably the smoothest so far, and it will work very cleanly. And we have tested it again thoroughly and made some extra. Sometimes when you add too many features at the same time, this kind of thing happens, like MPIN got disrupted, but we'll try to see. So yes, we can put more marketing images. Yes, sure. So Ajay, our new module is also coming up, which will allow you to generate more and more marketing images from the app, which you can use it for circulating. That's another new module under preparation. So that also will come, and you can also put, and a lot of things will come in marketing images. So that's a new thing. Addition will be coming soon, probably in sometime this week. Yes. Yeah, thanks, Kora, for appreciating our facilities and clearing it. So we are always around to listen to you, as we listened yesterday. See, we listened to you yesterday evening for the calculator, and today we have it. And yesterday somebody pointed out the MPIN and you had it. So we will always be very fast and agile and make sure that you will not face any trouble while accessing anything in that time. We'll take care of that. Don't worry. That's our promise, and we'll continue to meet that standard which we have set for all of you. So thank you so much for patiently listening and attending, as usual, another great training sessions by Vinod. And I'm sure all of you enjoyed. Let's see you back tomorrow. We'll have a lot of interesting stuff tomorrow also. Okay, thank you so much. Wish you all have a great day and great weekend. Bye. Yes, thank you, Ajay. Thank you for the event.
से फुल पेमेंट आप अपलोड कर दीजिए, पार्शियल पेमेंट को आप मेल पे डिटेल्स डाल दीजिए, एंड यस विड्रॉल रिक्वेस्ट आप